Welcome back to the March 17th, 2026 meeting of the Hauppauge Union Free School District Board of Education. We are back from the executive session. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone, especially Dr. Murphy. And four on the agenda is our updates, our superintendent's update. Dr. Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Barchet. I'm actually going to turn it over to my friend Alalakin to get us started with the student board update, and then I'm going to provide my update over there at the podium.
Flying solo.
Thank you. ACT testing last Tuesday went over well, with students considering the process to have been very efficient. Battle of the Buildings was a smashing success. Even more students than expected came out to see their favorite teachers compete in silly games. Similarly, the student volunteer turnout was most impressive, with over 100 kids working the event. Quick congratulations to the Pines for being crowned as our winners of the first annual Battle of the Buildings. In other news, the spring musical Something Rotten was a big hit. Both Fridays and Saturdays shows were nearly sold out, and the acting cast really brought the story to life. The start of the spring season has been a great one. The various girls and boys sports teams have been making use of some of the new and improved facilities Hauppauge has to offer. In addition, unified basketball will begin soon, so any student looking to get involved with their peers should sign up on final forms now. The senior trip to Florida is tomorrow, and we hope that our seniors will enjoy their mini vacation. And finally, the junior prom on Thursday, April 16th, has released the paperwork and the accompanying guidelines. Students and guardians should go through all the requirements in preparation for the party. Students should take advantage of the opportunity to sell chocolate to offset the price of their ticket. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Murphy at the podium.
Thank you, Alalakin, for that update. I'll get to St. Patrick's Day in a moment. First, I just want to share some news from around the district. Congratulations to the talented cast and pit and crew, advisors of Hauppauge High School's drama club for their outstanding performance in Something Rotten. I attended that show with my wife and her mom, and I sat next to Mr. Scarito, who was there. It was a packed house. There was energy, humor, impressive musical performances all around. You know, they always put on a great show. Earlier this month, following a spirited send-off from classmates in our local fire department, which was awesome, thank you to them, our varsity cheer team traveled to the NISFA state championships. They advanced through the preliminary round, and then they delivered just another strong performance in the finals to earn third place in New York State. So congratulations to that team, a historic achievement, just a direct reflection of their dedication and hard work. It's just incredible year after year. Same time, our DECA students were competing at the New York State Career Development Conference in Rochester. Congratulations to Annabelle, Adamo, Arena, Belisai, Allison Winiars, and Sambeth Karanam for earning recognition and qualifying for the international competition in Atlanta. Incredible. We commend Annabelle and Arena on their induction into the New York DECA Honor Society. Next, our middle school science research students recently had an impressive showing at the Long Island Science and Engineering Fair, earning multiple awards. Special congratulations to Aditri Arun and Pranav Ramkumar. They were named first place winners and will advance to the National Junior Innovation Challenge. This is just incredible, coming in first in this competition. The honors reserved for only the top 10% of projects nationwide. So, of course, we're just so incredibly proud of our students and grateful to their teachers for their continued guidance and support under the leadership of Dr. Wankmuller. Our middle school students continue to make a difference in the community as well in the spirit of giving back. I was at this Hauppauge Middle School hosted a Pie in the Face fundraiser ahead of Pi Day, raising $610 for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. High School's Math Honor Society also celebrated Pi Day with their own creative fundraisers. The students nominated classmates. This was a twist this year to be pied by teachers. I think that went over well by the teachers, and raising different donations. 19 classes participated, 32 students were pied. They raised over $1,100 to support Callie's crew and Chad Tuff in their efforts to defeat the IPG. This is a charity, Callie's crew in particular, near and dear to all our hearts. I do want to add, my voice is gone from this morning. I'll explain in a minute. The Pi Days were tremendous throughout the district. I was pied in the face 3 times last week. My wife is commenting that our laundry smells like sour milk during Pi Week, but it's so worth it. There's just like incredible energy and electricity at all the buildings. So just incredible job, and that's really Meredith Hanson, math director, who has kind of cultivated that spirit around Pi Day. I also want to extend sincere thanks to the many community members who joined us for Bretton Woods Community Guest Reader Day. Dr. Smalley put that together as part of PARP. I was one of the guests, along with Mr. Tasman and Dr. McCarthy, who visited the classrooms to read to students. There were retirees, there were colleagues, there were local leaders who were all there to read with students. So just grateful to all of them. And then lastly, today, so yes, this is, I was thinking about this. This is probably a once in 10-year event that I would come dressed to a board meeting like this. I was thinking about this. It has to happen on a Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day. We have to have a board meeting that same night. So this is probably not going to happen again for 10 years. I had the board's, I think, approval ahead of time to come and keep my outfit on, so I appreciate that. The morning was just incredible, and again, I feel like just the luckiest superintendent out there. When you go to these buildings and you kind of bring excitement, it's reciprocated and more. You know, the kids are just so ready to have fun, to dance around, everybody's wearing green. The teachers are dancing with us. You know, all of the employees in the building are having a ball, and so it's really a reflection of the community, because I just think that spirit is unique to Hauppauge. So I'm so grateful for it. That's why you're hearing me losing my voice a little. I'm going to segue into my presentation with one little clip from today, just give you a taste of what was going on in the buildings. And apparently there's plenty more videos online. Some of my dance moves may be questionable. You know, it is what it is. I'm not a professional, so if you see them online, no judgment, please. But here's one clip from today. So, thank you. So that was today. Again, just amazing experience, and I think unique to Hauppauge. So thank you to the community and to our faculty and staff, our teachers in particular, who kind of embrace and make that happen alongside of it. Mr. Barchet, with your permission, I'll kind of segue right into the budget presentation.
Please, thank you. That is number 5B on the agenda.
Thank you. So again, I always like to anchor our presentations with our board-adopted mission and vision statement, our Eagles values. For this particular presentation, I'll kind of just lock my eyes on accountability, just making sure that, you know, when I'm presenting, we're taking responsibility for this budget and making sure that it's sound and aligns with our philosophical framework. The mission is the means to get to our vision, right? Our vision is provide safe, challenging, supportive environment where all students feel empowered to reach their potential. So With that, I'll start with, again, 2 weeks ago, big picture, I always provide the numbers, which is last 2 weeks ago's presentation, but just to connect back to that big picture, our budget to budget number is 2.87%, 142,359,000, kind of working my way up. Our revenues there, which I'll dive into in this particular presentation, we appropriate fund balance and reserves. We have other, which is capturing a lot of revenue sources. In one, it's building rentals, it's CPSE monies that come back to the district, banking monies, so there's a lot that goes into that category. Then we have pilots, which payments in lieu of taxes, which is a big part of our revenue budget here in Hauppauge. State aid, not a number that we're thrilled about. There's rumors in Albany that they're working on increasing that number, but we have to go with the number that we know. And then our tax levy, which is a formula I'm going to get into here in a moment, from 1 year to the next is 3.72. So here's that particular tax levy number. This looks like a complicated math equation. It is to a degree, but I'm going to go through it. Basically, you take the prior year's tax levy and you multiply it by a growth factor that's provided to us. Every district has a different growth factor. It basically tries to capture the growth of your taxable base provided to us. You add in prior year's pilots and you subtract out your capital levy. Once you get that number, then you multiply it by the levy growth factor. So it's either going to be CPI or 2%, whichever is lower. So it's 2% this year. You then subtract out what your pilots are going to be, and you come up with a new number, and then you add back your capital levy share. That share is basically the amount of debt service minus aid that's projected to come back. And so that's how you get to your final tax levy limit. Consistently with this Board of Ed, we're not piercing the cap. We have, at least a decade or more, 15 years of not piercing the cap, and so that's what we will propose to our community once again. What are the drivers of our budget? Just there's tons of data points. There's a joke in Albany that, like, when it comes to the foundation aid formula, there's like 4 people in all of New York State who understand that formula. Basically, it comes down to your school district wealth and some other factors. But just to kind of focus on the different categories, you have expense-driven aid, which is like building aid and aid that comes back from BOCES. You have enrollment-driven aids. That's aid like based upon enrollment, which is like software and library funds, things like that. Our foundation aid, which I spoke about previously. And then just to focus on UPK for a moment, this number has gone up, which is seemingly good news. There's still devil in the details that we're unsure of, but they've increased the cap per student to $10,000. It was $5,400, so that seems to be good news, except it's more complicated than that. So we're hoping that $10,000 really does allow us to fund our UPK classrooms in a way where we're not leaving money on the table with the state and we're not expending money on our side, which is something that all districts have experienced. They've been budgeting for UPK a number, and we haven't been able to access the full number, and this is true for really all districts. It's been this annoying bureaucratic development over the last couple of years that they're trying to solve for. Just about other revenues here in that miscellaneous item. Interest, as you can see, has gone up a bit. We have tuition and our normal building rentals. We have TOPS and New Beginnings here in the district, right here in district office. We get to see them from time to time playing outside our windows. And then captured at the bottom is a miscellaneous number that's a bunch of different numbers combined together, from self-insurance recoveries to Medicaid, E-rate, etc. And again, philosophically, just to kind of round out the conversation about revenues, we appropriate each year reserves, which is a way for us to keep, to mitigate the impact on our taxpayers. We have a bunch of reserves. To highlight a couple, we have EBLR, we have ERS. So what we often do is appropriate reserves in that year for budget line items, and then the goal is at the end of the year to try to replenish those reserves. Our reserves are very healthy overall, but each year it's a new conversation on the best way to approach the year. Same for fund balance. Again, it's an attempt to kind of keep our credit rating sound, and we've appropriated fund balance, since before I was here each year, and again, it's a way to be ready for unplanned events, but also a way to keep the levy down, so it's applied to the following year's budget. All of this I just mentioned to the board. Today's workshop about revenues leads up to 2 weeks from now, where we'll kind of do a deep dive into, well, what's in the budget, right? So we have a systematic approach to our presentations. The first one's big picture, kind of 10,000 foot view. Then we get into revenue. Then we get into what's in it. So that's what's happening in the classrooms, what's happening on our fields, what's happening really everywhere throughout the district, curriculum instruction, security, technology, all of that will be included in that presentation. I am going to send a reminder out to invite people to come to the next board meeting, because I think it's a great one to attend. I'm also inviting principals to be here, and this way we can provide a lens that covers all the buildings through those different categories. From there, we have budget adoption and the budget hearing. Again, these are all kind of part of our yearly cycle. And then our annual budget vote comes later in May.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Questions or comments from the board concerning the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Scarito.
My question as far as like the buses. I remember Dave and I first started to have a wet contract. Now with the fuel oil prices, everything going up, is that going to affect us at all this year?
Well, it can. This is such a recent story. We have a really good relationship with Suffolk Transportation. They've been our partners for a while, so I'm in touch with them about that topic. So I'll report back to the board what we can expect. I don't know if the short-term developments at the pump, if they become long-term. I think the answer is definitely, but I'll wait to speak to them to find out. Sure.
Any other questions from the board? Questions from the community concerning the presentation? Thank you, Dr. Murphy.
Thank you.
5C on the agenda is adoption of minutes from the budget/community meeting of the Board of Education of March 3rd, 2026. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Scarito. Dr. Craffa seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? 601. Mr. Barchet abstaining. Number 6 on the agenda, questions or comments from the community concerning tonight's agenda only. Do any members have items from the consent agenda they would like to have removed? With that, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda, which is all of number 7 on the agenda. I'll make a motion. Mr. Scarito seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Number 9, our propositions for the budget, our capital reserve propositions, proposition 2, 3, and 4. Mr. Barnowski, do those need to be voted on individually? Or can we pass them all with one vote?
Pass them all with one vote.
Very good. So we will call the vote on proposition 2, 3, and 4. I'll make the motion. Mr. Scarito seconds. Any discussion on those propositions? All those in favor? 7-0. Number 10 is a legal notice. The board is asked The board is asked to vote on propositions 1, 2, 3, and 4, legal notice. Same thing here, Ms. Varnassi, can these all be handled together?
Yes, it may, somewhat redundant, but it's better to have it repeated rather than having it out.
Fair enough. So we'll call the vote on number 10, legal notice, the 4 propositions. I'll make the motion. Mr. Scrito seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Number 12 on the agenda are discussion matters. There are none tonight. Do any board members have new business? Mr. Scrito?
Something came to light, I have copies for everybody, that people in New York State are trying to change people that have, so this is gonna affect like our stadium and everything, Dr. Murphy. Have you read about this now that New York is proposing, starting 2028 in January, that as 11 o'clock all the lights go out?
Honestly, I did not know about this.
Outdoor lights, Rob?
Yes, sir. So you can have motion lights, but they also must be connected to certain spots. So I just had some concerns because I know we're putting a lot of money into our fields and stuff like that. So I think we should be aware of it because it'd be very costly if we have to. So we should probably look into it.
So, if okay with the board, I'll look into this to determine if it makes sense for any advocacy or statement on behalf of the board. Let me dive deeper into the topic, and then I can report back.
Yeah, Ms. Barnowski, can your office just look into that as well? Please let us know the status of the bill.
Yes. No, I saw this on the news, and I
Yeah.
think the advocates are more interested, especially in Manhattan and other skyscraper type cities, that the wildlife is getting killed by flying into the building, birds, and that's one of the proposers, rationale.
So they'll protect the wildlife by turning off the lights,
Yeah.
but not protect the humans by keeping them on.
I think the wildlife will come out. And
Russ will be reporting. Lights don't help.
Okay.
Can you imagine if no lights go on?
Perfectly safe.
It's perfect.
Any other new business for board members? I just want to, the fields have begun to be used by the sports teams, the outdoor fields. They are amazing. Great work by everyone involved in that. On the softball field, however, there's, in left field, there's a chase pipe coming up out of the ground. I don't know if that was brought to anyone's attention. There's a PVC pipe that's maybe 3 or 4 inches above grade. That is definitely a hazard.
Left field, you said, right?
Left field, yeah.
Okay.
If they can look at that before the season starts and before outdoor practices.
Yep. We'll look at it
resume.
tomorrow.
Okay. It's a PVC pipe, you'll see it. Yes, Mr. Scrito?
I also want to congratulate Mr. Bullis and the Pines, but I did get new shirts for us for the next time because we have to get prepared. So,
Let me see.
we're gonna,
Yes.
Mr. Bullis, you know.
I didn't want to give Pines any, recognition tonight on their trophy. Battle of the Buildings was won by Pines Elementary School, but good showing by district office, I would say, all around. Board members were part of it. I think we represented well. I like it, Mr. Scrito.
I just want to play with going down now, okay? You know,
Yes.
Heard enough of it about the house.
One bit of news, apparently the Battle of the Buildings trophy has gone missing, and a ransom note was sent to Mr. Bullis. This is true, so we'll see how that story unfolds.
Ah,
Yes.
Any other new business for board members? New business from administration?
Just one note, have someone in the audience tonight who got the board just approved tenure, so Maria Napolitano is here tonight. Excuse me, I just want to say, I've known Maria for a long, long time. She cares, she's so invested in our district. She's at the middle school helping our kids, but also is an artist. There's a mural in the middle school that I've seen, which I see Gina nodding, which is so impressive. We've had a lot of conversations about even common interests outside of work that are enjoyable, yes, with your husband as well. But really, it's a true pleasure to be here tonight, and I thank the board. It's well-deserved tenure for Maureen, so congratulations. And that's it on new business.
Thank you. Questions and comments from the community concerning anything related to the district whatsoever? Mr. Diesso, anything? I did. Number 15 on the agenda is an adjournment. Our next meeting is the budget community meeting of March 31st, 2026. There'll be no further executive session as we completed all our business earlier. I will make the motion for the adjournment. Mr. Scrito seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. We are adjourned. God bless Hauppauge and God bless the United States. Thank you.
Sláinte. Happy St. Patrick's Day.